So, okay, so you want me to introduce myself in the film? Is that what you said?
Yeah, and the film.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hello everyone. Yoshua, and well, I'll start by introducing myself. I'm a young, aspiring like actor, director, filmmaker,
Mm.
and to get started, I guess I give you a bit of my like origin. I mean, my dream started when I was like what? I want to say like 9 or 10. And it was always really, to be honest with you, it was acting. I had a interest in editing too. I love to edit some stuff, but it was really
Same,
particularly
same as
acting. Yeah. It was really particularly acting that I loved. And throughout the years, I would kind of practice with that, but I never really found myself having like the opportunity to pursue that through anything. Because I didn't know where to
mm.
go. You know what I mean? I didn't know how to really sign up for auditions and whatever. I mean, I was in the school play. I knew that, but like besides that, I didn't know much. So one day it just clicked. I think this was 2020 or 2021. I was like, I'm just gonna give myself the opportunity. I was gonna hand myself the opportunity. So with that said, I looked on YouTube and I taught myself how to be a writer. I taught myself how to be a special effects editor, a director, and all that stuff. I was lucky enough to make it to a mixer, and that's where you get to meet like a bunch of actors and other writers and directors around Minnesota. And I was able to hire a few. And yeah, fast forward now, we got a film going on. Yeah, no. So long story short, I basically had to give myself the opportunity to make Inherited by teaching myself all the stuff I needed to know.
So,
And yeah,
did you write all of Inherited then, or?
I did. I wrote a majority of it, but I did have some help. There was an overhaul in Inherited where I had a script that I didn't really like it, so I had to restart, which is why it took so long. But I did have some help with the restart from two of my other friends, Ace and Simon, really good buddies of mine. Met them through drama club, through theater. So yeah, but then from there I did write the rest.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then let me
So
oh, or you said what?
what's the film about?
Yeah, I
For the
was just about to
fans.
say.
Oh, sorry.
Let me give a rundown of the film here. It's kind of a lot of concepts, so I had a good way to kind of just recap everything. So, as a child, Lila Cross, who is the mother of the character I play, Elijah Cross, she stumbles upon one of the elemental orbs which arrived on Earth from a spaceship. So there will be like a flashback scene of how the orbs came to Earth. They originated from a spaceship, and after an incident goes horribly wrong, they start heading towards Earth. She's pitted against an organization called the Inheritors, who discovered the orb and believed themselves to be the rightful owners, um,
Yeah.
only because they want the power to be for themselves. And they send Truce and Kurt Liner to kidnap Lila and attempt to possess all the orbs. Now that she's kidnapped, the character I play, 16-year-old Elijah Cross, is entrusted with the task of finding his and rescuing his mother, while also protecting the orb his mother found.
Sounds good.
Okay.
So
Mm-hmm.
how far into
And what was her
the?
inspiration?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, you
Let's go
your
for my
question
question
then,
first,
yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
Where did where was the inspiration for that?
Um. So let me think about that. So I honestly, before like when I originally started Inherited, it wasn't even gonna be a super powered type, film. It wasn't gonna be anything around that. It was just gonna be like some mystery. So the whole kidnapping thing and me trying to find who kidnapped my mom was still gonna be there, but just minus the whole superpower aspect. But I really wanted to challenge myself, and I really wanted something that would make people want to see it. You know what I mean? Because I know stuff like that is what people would prefer to see. So I decided to, do something like that. And how I came up with the orbs, I mean, I just wanted something original and unique. I didn't want to copy like Marvel or whatever. So I just tried to think of something that hasn't been done. Like Sonic, they have the Chaos Emeralds. Marvel has the Infinity Stones.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
I just came up with, I don't know how I came up with it really. I just kind of popped in my head, and I was like, okay, yeah, this magical orbs sound pretty cool. I'm sure it's been done, but I guess not. It's not all that
You
popular.
you put a spin on it. You put a spin on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Mhm.
So how far into it are you? Because you said there were a lot of delays. So I think you said it was April's when you expect it to be out, but I don't know if that's changed.
Um, no. It's still of this year. It's still planned to be out April. I have I was lucky enough to get a theater rented so I can play it.
Oh wow.
And
Ooh.
and then yeah, no. So a majority of it is actually done. Luckily, in Minnesota, one of the biggest reasons why there's like so many delays, besides script issues, was the fact that it would snow and it would snow like for a long time. So it would start snowing in like either late November or December, and then the snow would be there until like sometimes April.
Jeez.
But yeah, but this season, luckily, we barely had any snow, and because of that, I got so many scenes I needed to get done, finished, and a majority of the rest of them are inside. So even if it does snow, it wouldn't matter because the rest of my scenes are inside. So we're still looking on track. We're still looking to be on track for April. Um, there are some like
What's
bits and pieces I need to finish though. Yeah.
yeah? I was gonna ask, what is there left to do?
I have. So I was telling you guys about the spaceship scene in the beginning of the film.
Mm.
It explains how the orbs got on Earth. I want to make sure that looks good. Like everything I do for the film, I want to make sure it looks good. So I'm still working on that. I might have to teach myself how to do that with Blender or something. I had a friend that was gonna help me with that, but he said it was difficult. His PC wasn't working, so I'm probably teaching myself how to do that and figure that out. But I got that, and then I also have to. I have a bit of a retakes I need to do, but not like for full scenes, just for parts of scenes. And then
Mm.
um, I think I have like one more like scene where it's about like how my character discovers the orb that I didn't finish up, and then I should be good to go. So basically, it's like 3 or 4 scenes I gotta wrap up, and I
Oh, that's
should be able
good.
to get that done before April. Yeah.
And
Have
how did you get the funding for something like this, especially for like
Um.
theatre?
Yeah. So the theater was with the help of my mom. My mom was able to call in and rent out a theater, and surprisingly, it's not too expensive to rent out a theater room. I think it's like a little over 100, but it's not like super expensive. And the funding for the film, I believe the film's budget as of right now is $400, or not 400. Why would no? Sorry, 4,000. What the heck did I say 400 for? $4,000. And that's over the years of like purchases I made for the film. So there's one savings I've saved. Like I think I've saved up a lot of money for this film. I think I've personally spent on just props alone. I want to say like 600 to 700.
jeez.
And this is over like years though, because this film has been in the works for like 4 years. And then there's also like the camera. I have a $700 camera I've been using for the film, and also like editing softwares aren't cheap, and special effects that I use. Obviously, I want to make them look realistic, so I'm using like actual, you know, grade A special effects from special effects websites, all that type of stuff. And then I'm also paying people, so it calculated all that. It's
Oh, a true passion project.
Yeah.
calculate all that. It's almost about 4,000.
Do you think you'll make another film when you're done with Inherited, or?
Oh yeah. So I get that question a lot. So what I'm thinking is like for the cast I have of Inherited. Obviously, it's like there's a bunch of my high school friends. So and they're all doing different things. By the time this movie releases, and we start filming, I doubt I would be able to get a second film and get them all to act in it and release it before they all head off to college. So what I'm thinking is I'm probably just gonna take a break because this film is taking me so long, honestly. So after I release the film, I'm gonna take a break and I'm gonna start just doing short films, and kind of just build something off of that. And once I'm done with that, I mean, later in time, I might give my cast a call and see what they're up to, and then we might be able to figure something out. Fingers crossed. But
Yeah.
right after Inherited, it's gonna be a little bit of a space break for me.
Sounds good.
Much needed.
hmm
Um, what else? Like, sorry. I don't know what year you're in or grade. What grade you're
I'm
in?
senior, so 12th grade, yeah.
So you'll be going into college next year.
hmm
Do you know if you plan on doing anything film related for that, or is that different?
No, definitely film related. Definitely looking for film related stuff in college. Um, I'm not like the one I'm going to right away is I don't think it's like super heavily involved in like film. I don't know. I don't think it's like a film school. Um, but I think they do have some sort of like program or something. I'm sure because I mean a lot of colleges do. But what I'm thinking of doing is just going. It's called Mankato State, so I'm going to Mankato for like 2 years, and I believe I might transfer, because over where my dad lives in North Carolina, there's a lot of like art colleges, and they support like a lot of like film and stuff, and they kind of like and they have like more funding towards it, so it's a lot like bigger and more of a what's the word I'm looking for? It's more of a priority versus like the college in my state. So I'll probably just go there for like 2 years and then head over to where my dad is and find a college over there. That'd probably help pursue my dreams more.
Sounds good.
Hmm.
Billy, do you have anything?
No. No.
Okay. Why did you say that?
Sorry.
Would you say that you've had a lot of setbacks doing Inherited, or do you think it's been relatively plain sailing, as easy as you thought it'd be?
Um, well, I would say yeah. There's the snow. Like I said, the snow has been a huge one. And besides the snow, there's also like my actors. Sometimes they'll like cut their hair. One of them dyes their hair, so like they'll dye their hair like red or something, and like majority of the film, their hair is like orange or whatever. So to cope with that, I would have to kind of like
Inconsistencies.
yeah, inconsistencies. So to cope with that, I'd have to like add in the script of like my character having like a beanie over his head or something like that. I don't think, and honestly, sometimes I don't want to, but I honestly think it's not gonna mess up the film too much. I mean, it's not like a drastic change, but sometimes I have to work around with that. I'd rather have that, like a beanie over his head, than a character randomly just changing hair colors. That I would
Yeah.
probably be a little odd. So I was just like, okay, we'll just fix that by having the character put a beanie over his head, a few times, and yeah, just keep it like that.
And if we're talking characters, do you wanna tell us about some of the supporting characters, maybe that your friends have done?
Yeah, yeah, okay. So let me see here. Hold on 1 second. I want to set my mic up for. Hold up. Properties.
Take your time.
Okay, there we go. All right. And then okay, so I'll tell you about the supporting characters. We have one is my friend Jose. And he plays he's like a tech genius. He's the one that's helping Elijah find the orbs. So after my character's mom gets kidnapped, the villain's very like lenient. He's very
Oh,
manipulative, but very like very talkative and negotiable. So after my mom gets kidnapped, he gives my character a chance, and I posted kind of like a clip explaining that on my Instagram, where he's sitting down with my character and he's like, okay, so if you find me one of the orbs that we lost, I'll let your mom go. That's the deal. So he lets me keep the orb that I have, because what the orbs do is they kind of like send signals to each other. There's like a magnetic wave that can be tracked to another orb depending on how close you are. Or if you use the orb, it sends out a magnetic field. You don't really see it, but it just sends out that field and it activates another one. So they kind of react off each other. So my character has to activate that orb to find another one. So the supporting character of his name is Leo in the film, but the supporting character my friend Jose plays is just a super tech genius who helps Elijah kind of track that signal to another orb. And that's kind of just mostly like what he does. He's like a really good like tech genius, helping him track down. He also something like in the scene he helps him track down like the villain where he's headed to. So kind of like that. And then the other supporting character, my friend Zay, he plays Jace in the film, and he has an orb. He himself ends up getting an orb, and he plays a character of like a really good friend of my character, because my character moves into this new town. This isn't even explained in the synopsis, but he's moving into a new area and he doesn't really know anybody but Jace. Like that's really his only friend, and he's kind of just that best friend that's there for him all the time. So he's there with them thick and thin, and he ends up getting himself an orb, and he's trying to figure out how to use it or whatever. um, but yeah, that's kind of how he
Yeah.
plays. So they're both really just good supporting characters, but they're not just like there in the film just to support my main character. I wanted to, make them seem more realistic and fleshed out. So there are some times when they would have
Of
like
course.
disagreements, or you know what I mean, or Jason feels like he's right about something, and he gets into an argument with my character Elijah, and it kind of spins into something. But at the same time, like I said, he is really he is like mostly there like to help. He's a very supportive character. So yeah.
Cool.
hmm
Anyone else?
Um, I do. I mean, there are some other characters. I got like there's a police officer that honestly I'll only say a little bit. I don't want to spoil it much, but he is like a police officer that's he's kind of just there chilling, but he's easily manipulated. I'm not gonna say by who, um, but he's easily manipulated. But there is a police officer, and you think he's one way, but he's the exact opposite later in the film. He's played by my good buddy John Robinson, and I met him at the Mixer, so he's actually like not a friend from high school. He's an actor that I met at the Mixer that I got to play a character. Same thing with the main villain. Um, and and then the other one that I want to say, this one's more has more of a prominent role as well. This is the villain. The villain also has kind of like a sidekick or accomplice. He's Kurt Liner. He's also played by someone I met at the Mixer, so another actor, and he honestly is it's funny about him because he's not trusted with the orb himself. So the organization called the Inheritors that send Truce and Kurt Liner to get the orbs, it's mostly Truce that they trust with the orbs. Um, and Kurt is kind of just there to accompany him in case anything goes wrong, but you see mostly in the film he's just coming in guns a-blazing because that's really all he has. But honestly, he's so like obsessed with that power that he like in any chance he gets, he's gonna try to get his hands on an orb, and and it leads him into something dangerous later. But you have to figure that out. But yeah, no, he just kind of plays like that
Okay.
supporting like side villain that kind of just wants to be bigger than what he is.
Yeah.
And seeing as this has taken 4 years to create, have your
Mhm.
influences or inspirations changed throughout that time to maybe like give a different product to what it was within the first year?
Um, yeah. So I mean, a good amount. Like yeah, I would say, like I said originally, it was just gonna be some like, detective film where I was trying to find my mom or whatever. Like it wasn't anything meant to be taken serious. I want to say. For anybody besides like actual people who, look for actors and stuff. So, you know, and I was gonna try to get an agent too, but it was just for that. I just wanted to get myself out there and express my like my skills in acting in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
But throughout that, when people like kind of realized that was what I was into, and they realized I was making a movie, more people got interested, and I just really wanted to expand my talents the best way I could in a way. So yeah, like I said, it transformed into a superhero movie. And even in the early days of like making it a superhero movie, it wasn't like the same as it is now. There were still a lot of changes. Like my it was instead of my mom getting kidnapped, it was gonna be my dad, and I was gonna have him pass away. But scheduling conflicts made
Yeah.
that change. And let me think. There was another change throughout the film too. Um, there was also going to be like actually in the film there wasn't even gonna be a villain, and so I went through like many different stages. In the middle stage, I wasn't gonna have a villain in the film. Honestly, I was just gonna have it be like my character. My mom just like holds one of the orbs and randomly it just makes her disappear, and then we have to go and try to find her. So kind of like how it was before, but just like without a villain. But I was like, it didn't really sound interesting, and I wanted to explain it a lot better, so I
Yeah.
incorporated a villain. So yeah, I mean, it went through a few changes to get to how it is now, but you know, I'd say it's all come together.
Yeah. And how can the fans see it when it comes out? Or
Oh
can
yeah,
they?
yeah. No, they absolutely can. So they can see it on YouTube. I will announce it, and then I'll host a little streaming event. I believe it'll be on April 14th because I want to release it the same day I release or I want to release it on YouTube the same day I played in theaters. So what I'm gonna do is, and I believe it'll be the 14th when I do that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have a YouTube premiere, and just so people can all get ready and prepare, and then I'll play
Yeah.
it there. And if you miss the premiere, obviously it'll just be uploaded right after, so you can check it out right after. But yeah, you can watch it on YouTube. And if any of your fans are in Minnesota, I'm not sure if they are, but if you want to come through, I'm playing it in the New Hope
Maybe a few.
Cinema Grill.
Yeah.
Okay,
see.
okay, maybe a few. All right, yeah. So then it'll be in April 14th, New Hope Cinema Grill. You can come by. It'll be around like 3 or 4 o'clock. So you stop by if you want to see it in theaters.
For
Oh yeah,
free.
absolutely for free.
Oh, okay.
Well, that sounds good.
Hmm.
Billy, you had some questions earlier? Oh, actually, do you know how you know, Billy? Do you know how you came across it?
I don't really remember. No.
Um, Billy, would you like to explain
Okay,
that story?
this is going to be a bit of a long shot if you. This is a bit of a long shot if you remember this. But the reason I found your account is because we were debating over the addition of Pyra and Mithra in the Smash Bros. DLC on the Instagram comment section.
Wait, wait. It was over Pyra or Mithra. Is that what you said?
Yeah, yeah.
I might remember that, but I don't think I do. How
There's
long
no
ago was
chance you
this?
do. There's no like 3 years.
Oh wow. That's so weird. I debated about that. I don't even like either characters. No way.
That's what I thought. I was saying that they shouldn't be in it, and then you were saying they were.
Oh. Okay. I don't think I remember it, but I could probably see that. That's actually so
I
crazy.
don't think you
But
can. I can't find it.
I'm gonna be honest though. I knew it was from something though. Was it IGN?
I literally have no idea. It was 3 years.
Oh no, I remember it was something because obviously like I don't really know you guys from like school or something, but I do remember whoever the Joseph Pool account is that you, Billy?
That's me.
Or that's you?
No,
Okay.
that's Joseph Fool. That's Joseph.
Yeah. So um you've kept in contact with me for a little bit, but I can't remember where, but I remember it was from like I remember something arrived from some sort of like comment section thing. So what Billy's saying makes sense. I just don't remember exactly what.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just one of those things, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Small world.
Who would
Small
have
world.
thought? Well, I don't know, I
Absolutely.
wouldn't say small world, but maybe it is. In this context, I mean, not.
Just a small world.
Maybe it's a sign that I don't know. Maybe Inherited 2 will be in it. Who knows?
Alright.
Maybe.
Billy's a student of film, or wanna be. So
Oh,
well,
for real?
we've made a film, but it was really
To be,
crap.
to be.
And it was made we've made a film, but it was on Fortnite. So maybe best not to watch that one.
I mean, yeah.
Free
Tell
Brave
me.
Man.
Oh, check it out. Free Brave Men on YouTube.
The fans obviously
Okay.
know. They're
What's it called, Billy? You tell me about that. What do you want to do in film?
I'm doing
Okay,
studies.
studies. Okay. That's what's up. I
At
love
uni.
talking to people who are interested in film too. When I talk about film, it's always great because I get to hear their ideas
levels.
as long as express mine.
What are your top 4
Top 4 what?
films?
Top 4 films. Ooh, okay. I'm just gonna go with my favorite films of all time, honestly. So, one is Cars. I've loved Cars, the movie Cars, ever since I was little. We also have Infinity War. Cars, Infinity War, Kong, Skull Island was another one of my top films, and then to finish it all off, I'm honestly like it's kind of difficult for me, but I want to say like Princess and the Frog is also one of my favorite films. So I just want to say those 4. I know there's like so much more out there, but like I would honestly give those my top 4. And if not Princess and the Frog, then Wreck-It Ralph.
Joseph, what about you?
I think with Billy, you like a lot of pretentious films, don't you? So what are your top 4?
Yeah. Maybe 12 Angry Men,
Oh.
La La Land,
Mm-hmm.
Casablanca.
La La Land's good.
Citizen Kane. Pretentious. Just what are you? I think we're all waiting for this.
I think my film taste is more what's on, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Nothing
not
wrong
a-
with that. Nothing wrong with
I'm
that.
not a filmer. Billy.
But when was the last time you went to the cinema?
Oh, that's a question and a half. When was the last time you weren't at the cinema? Yeah, Billy goes to watches a film every day. I don't know if you do the same thing. So.
Oh no, I do the same. I mean, I love movies. I love seeing movies in theaters any chance I get.
Madam Web.
Oh, have you
Yeah,
seen?
except Madam Web.
Have you
Except
watched
Madam Web.
Morbius? Billy watched it once in cinemas. And
Oh,
he
in a
really enjoyed
cinema? No, no,
No, I
no. I
watched
knew
it in a
better than
hospital bed.
it.
I saw that. I just watched that on
Hospital
Netflix.
bed.
And it was years later after it came out too. I didn't even bother seeing it at the theaters. I was like, nah. And I regret
Real
seeing
fan.
Venom after in theater after or the second one.
What an incredible universe.
Hmm
Well, do you intend of watching Madam Web?
I'm not gonna lie. I always do. Like even though I hear a lot of bad stuff about it, I always like I saw Morbius. Just not in theaters.
You gotta see it to believe
Just
it.
not in theaters. So I'll probably just wait till it's on. You know what I mean? Till it's
Yeah.
on the streaming online. Yeah.
Well, that's one way to do it, I suppose.
And then oh, can I ask you guys a question real quick?
Yeah.
Where do you put up your podcast? Is it on YouTube or?
Oh, YouTube. Yeah.
Okay, for sure. If you want, let me know if you like got a link or something so I can watch it after
Yeah.
it's
Our
wrapped
editing
up.
speed isn't.
Of
Well,
course,
it'll
of
be
course.
out. It'll be out relatively soon, but don't expect it to be tomorrow. You know.
Okay, no, it's all good. Take your time. Take your time.
Oh. Yeah, I am recording. Just making sure.
Our channel, the channels that are on it is pretty scattershot.
What?
It's just whoever's recording.
Oh yeah, it might
Okay.
be
Someone on mine,
it's
someone on
someone
yours.
on mine. We've had another interview with this other guy, but best said less about him. And that's also on my channel.
Yeah, he's a
but-
bit character.
yeah, yeah. Well, he was yeah, but his interview is also on my channel. And we might end up on Billy's, it might end up on mine. We're hardly, the Faith and Bazinga podcast, but I'd say we've got some diehard fans.
Yeah, but not Joe
Okay,
Rogan.
okay.
Oh, speaking of
What's up?
podcasts, not watch, listen to any podcasts that you recommend to the fans?
Not really. I don't really listen to much podcasts, honestly, so I couldn't really say.
Well, that's fair
I've just,
enough.
yeah.
Do you,
We can add the craze cast to your
yeah,
arsenal.
100%.
I'm trying to think of anything, besides film, like, and the things surrounding it, what else would you say you're interested in? Or would you say that's your main facet?
Well, besides film as a whole, before that, I mean, I guess as any other boy, it was YouTube and video games. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure at some point that was
TDM.
someone's dream. Just video games and then, just streaming it and being, a YouTuber, just recording Let's Plays and gameplays and all that type of stuff. But I don't know,
Yeah,
it's just
so-
like that's all I really wanted to do, but it just didn't really have much variety in my opinion, for me at least. Film has a lot of like variety and stuff like that. So I just decided to do that instead. But but besides that, video games 100% and YouTube.
Do you still, because obviously we know about your Smash Bros. Opinions, so do you still
Mhm.
play a lot of games, or are you more focused on your films?
Well, I'm a lot more focused on my films now, but I do play games. Smash Bros. Not so much. I haven't touched that game in a while.
Oh.
And I actually sold.
No one's touched their Switch.
I
in
also
3 years.
sold my Switch and my 3DS
Feddy will
to
play.
Exactly.
fund what's it called, Inherited. So I did have to make some sacrifices, but yeah. Besides that, I mean it's
As
me and my
any great
PS5.
filmmaker does.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
all
you've
the
got a
time.
PS5 as well, Billy.
Yeah.
So, I don't, but Billy does. He
Yeah, but do.
plays games on it.
It's got so many games on it.
It
It's got
does.
so many games on it.
It does. It
What
does.
games do you play then?
The
when
Last
when
of Us
you're...
3 times.
Have you played The Last of Us, Yoshua?
Oh no, I haven't, and I'm so glad I haven't because I can finally get started. Once I get like mostly done, I'm gonna get started with that. The most recent games I played on my PlayStation was Spider-Man 1 and 2. I played God of War, which I feel like it's underrated, but how well made that game is. God of War and God of War Ragnarok. I finished that game, and it's so well done. I'm excited to get into The Last of Us. And besides story games, I mean that's really the only story games. Oh, in Uncharted, of course. But besides those story games, it's just Fortnite and Call of Duty that I play.
Have you made any films on Fortnite by any chance?
Films on Fortnite?
Nah. Have you seen any Fortnite films actually? Besides the
I've seen some Fortnite films on YouTube. But I haven't made any. It looks
Boy,
so
do I
like
have
it
a
looks actually like
recommendation
the way
for
it comes
you.
out is nice. Yeah, go ahead and recommend away. They look nice on YouTube, like the finished product, but like the work that goes into it looks
It's
difficult.
called Free Brave Men, made in Fortnite.
It wasn't made
That's
in the
meant to be pretty
60s. It's
good.
another film, but it was made in Fortnite and not in the 60s, so it shouldn't be too hard to.
You
Yeah,
said
same
free.
name, but same name, different cast.
Yeah, I'll send it. I'll send you the
Free
link.
Brave Men.
Yeah, okay, go ahead, send that to me. I'll check it out.
Yeah, it's worth a watch. Creative product
Pulls
full of
its
craze.
punches.
And Bristol, it was funded by the Bristol Council. Well, we like to tell ourselves it was. That's a little reference to the real potheads. Podheads.
And
Billy, do you have any plugs?
no, not really. No.
What were you gonna say then?
No, I was gonna say anything.
You were gonna say something
I was
about.
just gonna talk about Free Brave Men, but
Free
it's
Brave
not the
Men,
Free
yeah.
Brave Men podcast.
I obviously did write it. So maybe it's another film. I know obviously it was made in a day and it had a budget of like however much it cost us to get the skins. But I think it's, you know, the creative vision of someone.
And the music is good in that as well.
Oh, the music.
In Free
Oh,
Brave Men.
it almost won a Grammy.
And oh my god, you better believe you're not gonna get this song, this Free Brave Men song out of your head, because trust me, it's the only thing for 12 minutes.
You can say that about most
maybe,
films, though, couldn't
yeah,
you?
not quite like that.
Oh no, that's the rush. That's the.
Adam Webb.
Oh, so we've got another. We might make another Fortnite film. I forgot it was going to be called. Oh, it created into the multiverse. So keep an eye out for that.
Okay.
Chances of that happening are incredibly slim.
Well, you never know. No one believed Three Ray Men was going to happen 10 years ago. So.
I guess.
Oh,
Oh, alright, well, thank you, Joshua.
Oh, for sure, 100%. Thank you guys.
yeah, we'll try to get the podcast up sometime this week.
All right.
Well, not this week.
Okay.
Next week.
Yeah, no rush. No, just let me know. And yeah, and I mean, honestly, I'd like to chat with you guys again sometime if that's cool with y'all.
Yeah, maybe
anything
in
you
a
wanna plug?
post-inherited. Well, besides
Yeah,
inherited.
yeah, like a post-inherited
Maybe you could
or
be in our next
new
film.
project.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I would love
Joshua
that. I would love
Express.
that.
Well,
If y'all are willing to fly me out to the UK, I'd love to get out of Minnesota.
yeah, Billy.
Joseph can afford it.
Yeah, Billy. Oh, I was gonna make that joke. The Gable could afford it. We'll just
We're
cabbage
both
patch money.
jobless, we're both jobless, we're both jobless.
Oh, they did topless.
Oh, that's true, actually.
Wait.
Well,
Oh.
Charlie's Chinese restaurant.
no, we didn't. Oh yeah, we didn't get paid or something. Oh well. Do you have anything you want to
Thank
shout
you very
out?
much.
Yoshua?
Any final words?
Yeah, final.
I mean, yeah, like I said, just you know, it'd be great if you check out Inherited, April 13th or April 14th, and yeah, and then just leave your review or let me know what you think after you watch it. And again, I appreciate this podcast. Appreciate you guys. Y'all have a good day.
Yeah, you too.
All right, I'm gonna
You
catch
too,
y'all.
you too.
Yeah, see you then. And.